Here's how it's all unfolded.
We knew this was going to go long, but who knew we were going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer.
Even before the first ballot was cast today, more than 100 million Americans had already voted by mail. Despite widespread predictions and huge preparations for unrest, the in-person turnout was huge.
This here is going to decide our fate for America. For all the beautiful neighborhoods that we have here. We need to bring back the unity in America. It's the United States of America.
As voting sites started to close on the East Coast, 3/4 of exit poll respondents said they're angry with the way their government is working.
2016, I made a mistake. I voted for Trump.
We're like 9 months into COVID, and it's still getting worse and not getting better.
But as counting got underway, early wins in Kentucky and West Virginia went to Trump.
He's going to be re-elected. The enthusiasm for him is even stronger.
Then, just a short time later, the key states of North Carolina and Ohio started to turn blue.
You take away Ohio, you take away North Carolina, Joe Biden holds the Clinton states, he's the next president of the United States.
But it wasn't to last. As more votes rolled in, a whole bunch of blue was reverting to red.
The polls called President Trump pretty much dead and buried in almost every one of these states. The Trump campaign, the feeling, they're starting to grin just a little bit.
By the time voting closed on the West Coast, one thing was becoming clear. With several states too close to call and so many ballots still to be counted, no one will reach the 270 electoral college votes needed to declare victory tonight.
We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote, it was going to take a while. And it ain't over till every vote is counted. Every ballot is counted.
I know my dad was very confused about the whole system. He was asking me lots of questions today. And Mum was really pissed off that Bold and the Beautiful wasn't on Channel 10 today. But it'll be back tomorrow, hopefully.
Did you answer all those questions?
No, I didn't answer one, no.
It's so
So you're going to take care of it tonight.
Oh, sorry. There's a lot to do.
Well, for the very latest now, we go to Washington, D.C. to catch up with 10's national political editor, Hugh Remington. Hugh, what a day, what a night. How are you going over there?
Well, I think I'm flabbergasted, to be perfectly honest. We've just seen the president emerge and speak in the White House just behind me and deliver the most incendiary comments ever heard from a president or even a candidate for the presidency on the night of an election. He's fundamentally said that the process, which he claims, by the way, that he has won, has also been a gigantic fraud, that there have been people trying to steal this election, that he plans to go to the Supreme Court to try to have future vote counts stopped because he believes that's a way to stop the fraud that's going on. These are astonishing comments to make that go right to the integrity of the democratic system in the United States, even as he claims to have won through that system. So as the vote count continues, and there are still states to be settled, the Democrats haven't conceded. They believe as the postal votes come in and are counted that it will start to swing back their way, particularly in those states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin and Michigan. All of those have been claimed, by the way, by Donald Trump. But those are the ones the Democrats are pinning their hopes on. It is still not impossible that Joe Biden will emerge on the numbers as the president of the United States. But right now it's Donald Trump who is claiming the victory, claiming there's been a fraud, and saying he's off to the Supreme Court to stop votes being counted.
So I feel like this is exactly what people were talking about all week, Hugh, that this might happen. The idea of an election being stolen or there being fraud is a theme Donald Trump ran with in 2016. This is not a new idea. What's new is that he's saying it on election night, which he didn't have to do last time. Do you think this suggests in any way that he might not actually be that confident that he's going to win, that he has the numbers, that he needs to plant this seed now?
Well, he can't possibly know what the result is. That's bluster, really, because there are still votes to be counted and there's still a lot of votes out there. I think he's probably fairly sure that places like Georgia will fall to him. They're still in the too close to call basket. North Carolina, maybe. But Pennsylvania, you can't know because it has this notoriously slow voting count process. So he's no magician. He doesn't know what those numbers are. And so with those other states that he's now claiming that he's won, he can't possibly know that. So there's inevitably some bluster, even as he claims that he's won the election tonight and saying that his celebration has been cut short. The suggestion that they were watching it and all the numbers were magnificent and then suddenly they stopped as if there was some deep state process going on that seized up the gears of this election process just in case he won it. That seems to be the implication of what he's saying, and that he's going to fight against it. These are remarkable statements, free of fact, free of conscience in many ways, and to see it delivered like this is not a surprise coming from this particular president, but in historical terms, it is astonishing.
Astonishing nights ahead, I think, Hugh. Thank you very much.
All right.